Hey guys, welcome back to the MCU HQ. This is my full series review for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. If you guys are looking for a certain episode, go check out my Falcon and the Winter Soldier playlist. Everything's there except a review of episode 5 because I forgot to make the video, so yeah. Now let's hop into this review. There will be spoilers for the show. Not every spoiler, but there's some big ones, so if you haven't finished the show, don't watch this yet. So the Falcon and the Winter Soldier picks up a few months after the events of Avengers Endgame. Sam is struggling with what to do after receiving the shield from Steve, and Bucky's trying to fit into the world after spending years as Hydra's best assassin. And yeah, that's a very vague summary of the show. There's so much to this show beyond that. The show deals with things like racism, PTSD, and there is a lot of politics, and the show pulled it all off. Now, I really liked this show. Probably wouldn't say I loved it because I do have some issues that bring it down, but I thought it was phenomenal. I think the character work with Sam and Bucky was some of the best we've seen in the MCU, but Bucky does quite often take a back seat for Sam's story, which is a bit upsetting. We get so much for Sam. The show slowly builds up his character and why he deserves the shield, just to give him a great ending to his arc where he finally has the suit, the shield, and the title of Captain America, while Bucky's internal conflict that was teased in the first 20 minutes of the show is very rushed and tacked on at the end of the series so that the show can make time to show Sam and Bucky fixing a boat. They didn't even change his title to White Wolf in the credits. Why does the MCU hate Bucky so much? And now let's talk about a character I loved, and I might be one of the few, but I think John Walker was a fantastic character with a fantastic character arc. Everyone, understandably so, hated him in the first 8 seconds, but then episode 2 opened with a scene involving John and Lamar, and then I loved him. He wasn't trying to be Steve, and I commend the writers for making him different, and I found it genuinely sad to see him slowly lose his mind over being Captain America and taking the serum. So I was beyond happy when he got that redemption arc at the end and saved those people instead of going after Karli. I'm not saying he should have been Cap because he shouldn't be, but that's not to say he's a bad character. But someone who wasn't that great of a character was the main villain of the show, Karli Morgenthau. I liked her at first, I understood where she was coming from, but then she just went way too far and slowly became more and more one-dimensional as the series went on. I thought she would get a redemption arc, or just the start of a redemption arc, or at the very least one of the flag smashes would be the truly insane one, and she would start to see that there's a smarter way to achieve her goals. But nope, I couldn't help but find it disappointing. She had a very strong motive that the show made sure you remembered because she only said it like 5 times every episode. What the show really needed was another episode to show Karli's backstory. It needed its WandaVision episode 4, where we could see the post-snap world from one of our side characters' perspective. Or if they cut out some of the boat repair scenes and gave them to Karli, that would have worked too. She was the very definition of wasted potential, and boat repairing was the very definition of wasting my time. And let's talk about Baron Zemo. Did he need to be in the series? Probably not. He's kind of just shoehorned in. Yeah, I loved when he was there, but there's something I miss about behind the scenes Zemo that we saw in Civil War when he wasn't like a main player. Oh yeah, he wears his mask in the show for 4 seconds because it looks good in the trailers and it's fan service, but that's it. Also, you know who didn't need to be in this series? Batroc the goddamn Leaper, who is only there so you can say, look, it's Batroc the Leaper. His 2 minutes of screen time are so inconsequential that he could have just been any random NPC and it would have had the same effect. And behind the scenes, everything and every character is kind of connected through the power broker, who no one saw coming. I didn't read a single thing saying it was Sharon Carter. That was such a great twist. Way to go, Marvel. Good on ya. Now, the Captain America trilogy is my favorite MCU trilogy. So I love that the show has the same vibe as those movies. Politics take a front seat, which I guess a lot of people have an issue with. They don't want politics to have a heavy influence in the MCU, which I could understand that argument if it was anyone other than Captain America. I mean, have people complaining about politics in this show even seen the cover of the first Captain America comic? Politics have been at the center of Captain America since March of 1941, and they were present in the Captain America trilogy. Do not act like this is new, because it's not. Also taking a front seat, racism. Isaiah Bradley summed it up pretty well.
They will never let a black man be Captain America. And even if they did, no self-respecting black man would ever want to be.
Yeah, I love the story of this show. Sam doesn't feel he can take up the mantle, so he stays Falcon and gives the shield to a museum, which of course doesn't go well, and Bucky's dealing with PTSD. Meanwhile, you've got the Flag Smasher's great motivation being flushed down the toilet. To sum it up, the show was really good. I really enjoyed it. Did most of its characters and story justice, but it was unfortunately brought down a bit by wasting time on things and including things that didn't matter instead of fleshing out its main villain. It comes to a halt sometimes, and when there's only 6 episodes, everything should be pushing the story forward, and there's times where the show just hit the brakes on its story. But it all pays off in the end as the Falcon gets the shield he was given and earns the name Captain America. I am going to give the Falcon and the Winter Soldier a B. And there you have it, guys. That's my review of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. What were your thoughts on the series? Let me know down in the comments below. Also, leave a like on this video, subscribe, click on the bell icon to receive all notifications from the MCU HQ. That's going to be it. Have a great day, guys.